California has to elect a new U.S. Senator. I'm Jonathan Bloom, and here's what to know. It's the seat Dianne Feinstein held for more than 30 years. She died last September, leaving some awfully big shoes to fill and no shortage of candidates hoping to fill them. The first step is what's called a jungle primary, where the top two vote-getters advance to the November runoff regardless of what party they're in. That means there's a chance we could have a runoff with two candidates from the same party. Right now, the top four candidates include 3 Democrats and 1 Republican. All 3 Democrats are sitting members of the U.S. House, and over the past 2 years, they've all voted the same way 94% of the time. The lone Republican here is Steve Garvey, who's a political newcomer, best known as the all-star first baseman for the Dodgers and later the Padres. Among the Democrats, Adam Schiff is the ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, and he played a big role in the impeachment of President Trump and the January 6th hearings. Katie Porter took office in 2018 after working as a consumer protection attorney. And Barbara Lee has represented Oakland in Congress since 1998. She's on the House Appropriations and Budget Committees, and she's the highest-ranking black woman in Democratic leadership. So how do the candidates differ? Well, Adam Schiff started out as a moderate Democrat, but he's since begun labeling himself as progressive, promising to work on affordable housing and labor rights. He supports defense spending to help both Ukraine and Israel. Katie Porter is a vocal opponent of money in politics. She chose not to take corporate PAC money and speaks out against monopolies and big pharma. She wants to add seats to the Supreme Court to overcome its conservative majority. Barbara Lee is considered the most liberal of the 3 Democrats. She's focused on helping people escape poverty, and she's proposed a $50 an hour minimum wage. She's called for cuts in defense spending and a ceasefire in the war between Israel and Hamas. Steve Garvey is the most conservative on social issues. He opposes abortion, but says he wouldn't vote for federal restrictions on it. And he believes schools should have to tell parents if their kids show signs of gender nonconformity. If elected, he says he would only serve 1 6-year term. Now, in the money race, Adam Schiff has raised the most at more than $31 million. He's endorsed by the LA Times, the United Farm Workers, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and 5 other Bay Area members of Congress. Katie Porter's raised $28 million, and she's endorsed by the San Francisco Chronicle, U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, and unions, including the National Union of Healthcare Workers. Barbara Lee is next in fundraising with more than $5 million, and endorsements from the Sacramento Bee and the mayors of both L.A. and San Francisco. And Steve Garvey's raised just over $2 million. He's endorsed by the San Diego Police Officers Association and the chairman of the Orange County Republican Party. Now, polling numbers have been changing a lot over the past few months. Here are some of the latest. An Emerson College poll in late February put Adam Schiff at the front of the pack with 28% of likely voters. Steve Garvey right behind him with 22%, Katie Porter with 16%, and Barbara Lee in 4th place with 9%. Of course, polls are just an estimate, and that could all change by the time we see you on election night.